They say the honeymoon is the most magical time of your life, the beginning of a fairy tale. For Rachel and Daniel, it started that way. A secluded cabin in the heart of the woods, surrounded by whispering trees and the soothing hum of nature. It was supposed to be perfect. But within 3 days, the birds stopped singing and Rachel was running barefoot through the forest, drenched in blood, whispering one name, Daniel. Rachel had always dreamed of a quiet honeymoon, away from the noise of the world. Daniel found a remote cabin listed by a private host. No reviews, no neighbors, no reception. "It'll be our little paradise," he said with a warm smile. The first night passed in laughter, wine, and candlelight. The second night, strange things began to happen. Their phone stopped working though they'd been charged. A knock echoed at the door at midnight, but when Daniel opened it, no one was there, only a dead bird on the doorstep. Rachel wanted to leave, but Daniel insisted it was just local wildlife. That night, she woke up to whispers outside the cabin, circling, growing louder. When she shook Daniel awake, he stared at her blankly and said, "Go back to sleep, it's only the trees talking." By the third day, Daniel had changed. He rarely spoke, his eyes were empty, and she'd catch him standing motionless in the woods, watching the cabin. Rachel found drawings beneath the bed, sketches of her being cut open, surrounded by runes she didn't understand. When she confronted him, Daniel just smiled and said, "You're part of something bigger now." She tried to run, but the car keys were gone. That night, she heard the front door creak open. Rachel hid under the floorboards, heart pounding. Through the cracks, she saw Daniel dragging a knife along the walls, humming an unfamiliar lullaby. He found her by morning. Rachel was never seen again. A week later, hikers discovered the cabin, abandoned and soaked in blood. On the wall, scrawled in Rachel's handwriting, were the words, "He was never Daniel. He wore his face." So if you ever rent a cabin with no reviews, deep in the woods, ask yourself, who are you really going with? And when the whispers begin, don't wait. Run. Because love isn't always forever. Sometimes it's your final chapter.